Today, we'll be talking about macroinvertebrates and how they're used to assess stream health. This lesson was made by Andrew Lucas and Mariah Thrush as part of Ohio University's NSF-funded Boat of Knowledge in the Science Classroom. First, you need to read up on the subject. If you don't have the lesson plan already, go to this website and find the article in the lesson plan document. After reading, talk with your classmates. What did you find interesting? Do you have any questions? Have you seen researchers collecting macroinvertebrates in a lake or stream before? Pause the video, read the article, and discuss. So what is a macroinvertebrate? Let's break down the word. Macro means that it can be seen with the naked eye, and invertebrate means the organism doesn't have a backbone. Macroinvertebrates include bivalves, snails, insect nymphs and larvae, aquatic beetles, crayfish, isopods, amphipods, aquatic worms, and leeches. Biomonitoring is the use of organisms to assess changes in and the health of the environment. Taking water chemistry samples gives us only a snapshot of the stream's health, but organisms living in a stream experience all conditions, whether they're good or bad. If conditions are mostly good, then sensitive species will live in the stream. If conditions are mostly bad, then tolerant species will tend to live in that stream. Organisms such as fish, algae, and macroinvertebrates are used for biomonitoring. So why use macroinvertebrates for biomonitoring? Pause the video and talk with your classmates to come up with a list of reasons. Macroinvertebrates are ideal for biomonitoring because they are common, abundant, diverse, and easy to collect and identify. Species have different pollution tolerances, and individuals show cumulative impacts of pollution. One of the most important reasons macroinvertebrates are ideal for biomonitoring is because of their limited mobility. Because they can't move far, their health reflects the health of the habitat. A biotic index is a scale, usually numeric, that indicates the quality of environment by examining the types of organisms present in it. There are many biotic indices used across the globe. Some are specialized to different types of water bodies, such as lakes, streams, and wetlands. Other indices have been specialized to specific watersheds. This picture is an example of how macroinvertebrates are classified by a biotic index. Today, we'll be using Beck's Biotic Index, which is a broad, general index to assess health of streams. First up, Class 1 species. These are the most sensitive macroinvertebrates. They need clean water with high levels of oxygen and minimal sandy sediments. Because they are very selective, it's unlikely you'll find them in unhealthy streams. Class 2 species are somewhat sensitive. They can be found in healthy streams with Class 1 species and in streams that aren't quite as healthy. Class 3 species are tolerant, meaning they're not sensitive to pollution like Class 1 species. It's important to note that Class 3 species could also be found in healthy streams with Class 1 and Class 2 species, but they can also survive in low oxygen, polluted, and/or sandy environments. Now that we've seen the species, we will go through the calculation steps to come up with a biotic index score. First, record the number of species found in each class. For example, if there are 4 waterpennies and 3 mayfly larvae, then there are 2 species for Class 1. Remember, we're calculating the number of species, not the number of individuals. For step 2, we calculate the index value by putting a weight on each score we calculated in step 1. Sensitive species indicate a healthier stream and therefore a higher score, so sensitive species have more weight. For step 3, add together the index values calculated in step 2 for each class to get the biotic index score. In the last step, We categorize the score you calculated to understand how healthy the stream is. A score below 11 means the stream is very unhealthy, while a score above 22 is a very healthy stream. Now it's your turn to use the biotic index. These macroinvertebrates were collected from a stream. Pause the video and use the identification sheets either in this video or found in the online lesson plan materials to categorize each species as Class 1, Class 2, or Class 3. In Site A, we have several Class 3 species, but still a few Class 1 and 2 species. Now we need to tally the number of species for each class. Remember, tally the number of species, not the number of individuals. You should have 1 species in Class 1, 3 species in Class 2, and 6 species in Class 3. For Step 2, multiply the total species of each class by their specific weight. Here's the index values you should have calculated. Now add together the index values you calculated in Step 2. The biotic index score for Site A is 15. With a score of 15, what is the stream rating? Site A has a stream rating of fair, meaning it's not very healthy, but it isn't completely unhealthy. Use the same steps we did for Site A to determine the stream rating for Site B. Pause the video now to complete your calculations. Site B had a biotic index score of 11, meaning it has a stream rating of fair. One more site to practice calculations. Pause the video now to complete your calculations. Site C had a score of 24, meaning it has a stream rating of excellent. This stream is very healthy and able to support many sensitive species, but it can also support somewhat sensitive and tolerant species. In summary, macroinvertebrates are organisms with no backbone and can be seen with the naked eye. Macroinvertebrates are indicator species in that the organism's health can be used to assess environmental health. A biotic index is used to calculate a score for stream health based on the amounts and types of macroinvertebrates in a stream sample. To extend the lesson, use what you learned to write an essay explaining how macroinvertebrates are helpful in measuring water quality. The essay should address types of water pollution that affect macroinvertebrates, what macroinvertebrate tolerance levels may indicate about a water body, and why macroinvertebrates are used to measure water quality. Use the article you read at the beginning of the lesson, as well as other reputable sources you find in the library and on the internet. Be sure to include citations in your essay. Thank you for watching.